Good morning everybody, a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Emily if you are new here. Today is Tuesday. I'm actually sat in the car, as you can tell, parked outside my GP surgery, but I'm 20 minutes early, so I thought I would film this quick introduction now while I'm waiting. I decided last night that I wanted to do a weekly vlog. Even though today is Tuesday. So yes, we're starting a weekly vlog on Tuesday. And the reason I decided I wanted to vlog is because I was pottering in the garden yesterday and thought, oh, that would be quite interesting to film, because we haven't done anything in the garden for several months, to be honest. We did have a project that we were wanting to do this summer, but Kevin fortunately had an accident which put that on hold, and then we've had a few other things going on which has just put the garden completely on the back burner. So it's a bit of an overgrown mess at the minute, and there's lots of half done jobs, but what I really want to try and get done over the next few weeks before it starts to get really cold and wet and freeze is get all the weeds out, get all the soil raked and cleared of leaves, and I want to get some things moved, because last year was the first year that we could really see how big some of the plants we planted the year before were, and they're all in the wrong place. I've got little ones at the back and big bushy ones at the front and big tall ones hanging over the garden path. I'll show you when we get home so you can see what I'm waffling on about, but I want to get them moved and settled for spring, which I know is a long way off, but apparently you do it now. I'm a complete novice when it comes to gardening. I am constantly ringing and texting Mum, asking her opinion on what things are and what to do with them. But I thought it would be quite nice, because now Kev's recovering from his accident, thankfully, I can get this done now and we can start to really make some plans for what we want to do with the garden in the summer. And you guys will be able to see it from the weedy nothingness mess that it is now to hopefully a really, really nice garden next summer. And it'll be quite nice to look back on this video when the garden is done, because I have a terrible habit of doing something and going, oh, I wish I could look at what it was before, so you could sort of see the fruits of your labour, if you like. So this is the intention of this. Film it now when it's a mess, and then in the summer when it's all done and hopefully beautiful, ta-da! Okay guys, it's been a couple of hours since I've been back home. We've had some breakfast, I've tidied around, and I'm going to come and do a couple of hours in the garden now. So this is the project that we were starting on in the summer before Kev had his accident. As you can see, we are about halfway through laying the stones, but his leg and foot was too injured to be able to hump and bump and lug any more of these bags of stones around. So we've just kind of left it, but we will pick that up in the spring. The second bit that we were going to tackle was this bit here. Here we had a big massive bramble bush, but it was just completely taking over, so we've had that removed, and we were not too sure at all what we were going to do with this bit. But I'm thinking at the minute now, we were originally wanting to stone it. These are leftover stones from when we first moved in here. But what I'm thinking now is I'd quite like to dig out all of this grassy bit here, right back up to the fence, and then it will just flow up the fence. So you can see, I think I might keep that bit that's stoned, already stoned, and maybe just sort of fence that off, like on a diagonal line, get a bit closer, so sort of fence this off on a diagonal line here, and put some pots there, and then keep this grassy bit here all dug out and plant some shrubs and things in there. This is the fence strip that I was saying has got completely overgrown. These big massive purple ones are far too close to the path, to the point here that you have to walk on the grass to get past them. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. They're so beautiful, but very impractical. So I think what I'm going to have to do today is cut them right down. They are sort of dying back now. You can see this one's kind of dying back. These as well. These have multiplied to a crazy amount. I think I planted about 3 of them 2 years ago, and they've multiplied like crazy. This is the little bit that I did yesterday. So I got this bit here weeded out. I still need to brush up some of the leaves out of there. But I got some little foxgloves planted, so they'll obviously grow up here in the spring. And I got this here, was there, but it used to spill out onto the path, so I've moved it there, so that's just a little bit more practical. So I was going to plod on with this today and get these cut back, but what I've actually changed my mind to do is this instead. This bit over here has been up in the air so many times about what we were going to do with it. Originally I was going to put some vegetables in it, and then we were going to stone it and have it like a patio, and then we were going to lawn it. Kev must have dug it out about 2 or 3 times for me to do something with it, and we've just never got round to it. But yesterday I was thinking what I'd actually like to do is weed all this out, turn the soil, and move these big verbenas, these purple ones here. I figured if we could dig them out, or cut them back probably, and dig them out, because they're so tall, we could just put them at the back there, and if you could imagine, they would kind of block off the bins, because it's a little bit unsightly. When you look up the garden, you see the bins and the garage, which is falling to pieces. We need to get a new door for it, and ideally some new fascias, but that's a long way off. So yeah, today I'm going to try in the next hour and a half and weed out as much of this as possible. I think I might attempt to do this half here today. I think I might do this half here today and try and move some of these purple ones and big purple ones. So I will see you in a couple of hours when I am done. Right, so we did about 2 hours. I feel like I've been working for ages and really hard, but I don't know what exactly I've got to show for it. It's really, really bad down here. There's loads of ivy coming through from the garden next door, so I've had to pull out what I can and then chop the rest of it. But I've transplanted some of the verbenas, and I've transplanted some of the small foxgloves. This other half is going to have to get done another day because it's starting to rain now. And then on this bit, this is obviously what I did yesterday, and then I've got a little bit further today. I got that little patch of foxgloves sorted through and some planted, and then I got this big verbena chopped down, which is the bit that I transplanted, and that's about as far as we've got. I've still got bits to do behind there, but that is a job for another day, and I am dreading this. Look, I feel like it might be a kind of machete it down job, though they are so pretty. I love them. They're absolutely gorgeous, but very much so in the wrong place. You have to walk on the grass. Good afternoon everybody, and welcome to Wednesday. I was going to take a day off from gardening today and go and have a coffee with my mum and dad, but it's been such a lovely day. The sky is blue, the birds are singing, it's lovely and peaceful, so I thought I would have another day doing a little bit more in the garden. I've actually finished for today now. I've just done about 2 hours, and it's actually starting to look like I've made some progress. I was really stressing about that big patch that I had to tackle, but that is now done. Oh, I'm completely out of breath. I am very ready to wash my hands. They're absolutely filthy. That's the clean hand. The other one, the nails are all snapped. It's the right mess, but never mind. So what I will do now is just show you what I've done, and then I'm going to go in, clean up and have a very well earned coffee. Right, so starting at the very top, which is what I did on day 1. Obviously haven't done any more there. That is just exactly the same, because I don't really need to do too much more there now. This is what I did on day 2. Those I still need to split. That's the last little bit of the things I need to do. Now this is where you'll start to see the difference. yes, the verbenas have all now been moved or chopped down, unfortunately. So I have another big pile of these to sort out. I have kept these ones here. This was the original one that I planted, and it's had a couple of shoots, so I'm going to leave them because that is where I initially wanted it. The other ones were just sort of ones that are sort of naturally planted themselves, but I was too lazy to move them last summer, and I've learnt my lesson, so I'm leaving them there. I've moved this little guy from behind here because he was just getting smothered. This gets really, really tall in the summer, so I've moved him to there. That's clear at the back now. This is obviously just doing its thing. There's another little patch of those, and this, which was also full of verbena yesterday, is now completely cleared out as well. I'd like to plant something quite big there in the summer, maybe another hydrangea or something. And this bit here is still to be tackled, though I don't think I'm going to get around to doing that this autumn. I would quite like to dig out that little patch there to put the buddleia that I was mentioning the other day that Mum's going to give me. And then all the way at the top of the garden, which was the little half patch that I cleared yesterday, I have transplanted, when we get a bit closer you will see, some of the verbena. So I've moved a little clump of these guys to here. Apparently you're not meant to move these this time of year because it can cause them to die back before they've seeded, but I didn't want them where they were, so if they don't make it, it's not the end of the world. But they haven't gone to seed yet, so I'm thinking even if these ones don't make it, the seeds will all fall around here, which is a place where I wouldn't mind them next year. So the ones in the strip are where I want them, and these ones, if they don't make it, will have babies where I do want them. So yes, I am very happy with my gardening that I have done today. It's just one last little walk down the strip before I go and have coffee and fix up my chipped, damaged, filthy nails. Good morning guys, and happy Thursday. Today is the fourth day that I am going to work in the garden, and the third day of vlogging it for you guys. I think the objective for today is to sort out the other half of the top patch and split the irises. I am having the day off tomorrow, so I really want to try and complete it today. So objective for today is to get these split up and moved, and then I think Kev, who's got the day off work, is going to dig out this bit for me, just to give me a hand and to speed things up a bit. So not too much left to go. And the last little leg, I've got a few spring bulbs that I want to plant right down the front here, and I'm still mulling over whether I want to dig this bit out. I'm slightly concerned about this bramble bush because it is actually coming from the other fence. It's coming under ours from the fence on the neighbours on the other side. And if I dig that out to plant the buddleia there, I've got a horrible feeling that this thorn bush is just going to keep coming through. We are done. It is officially finished. It's not perfect, and there are still things that I would like to do, but this was, apart from that bit I showed you at the start with the thorn bush, this is what I set out to achieve. It's taken me about 8 hours with a little bit of Kev at the very top there to sort of dig out that worst bit, but I'll show you what it looks like now. And yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty proud of the work that we've done here this week. This is the very top patch. I'm not sure how well those verbenas are doing actually, but there are some little bearded irises now planted there. Kev very kindly cleared out that patch. And then this is the whole of the fence strip, weeded out, cut back and replanted. There are still odd leaves here and there, but that's not such a big deal, is it? Still kept some of these guys because I love them so much. There we have it. one garden ready for autumn and winter, ignoring this bit. I think that might be a spring project. I will log off now and say thank you for watching, and I will keep you posted with any more garden updates when we start to plant things and when we finish off the little projects that are incomplete. So I hope you enjoyed watching my little video about getting the garden sorted for autumn, and I hope to see you soon.